Hello, I am so glad you pressed play on this video. Thank you for being here. And I know you're going to thank yourself later for showing up because in this short video, I'm going to guide you through something that my husband and I have been doing as a ritual for several years on New Year's Eve. Whether you're finding this video on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, or a few weeks into January, it really doesn't matter when you do this. It's the fact that you actually sit down and take the time to do it. So, like I said, this is going to be a relatively short ritual that's going to allow you to leave anything that is not serving you any longer behind in 2025. 2026 is a 1 year in numerology, which means it is the best time collectively and as an individual to start something new, to let things go and to start moving in the direction that you want to go. It's the perfect time to reinvent yourself, so to speak. That doesn't mean take on a new persona, become somebody totally different, be fake. It means none of that. It means to step into who you truly are and to let go of anything that is not allowing you to go in that direction. So we're going to dive into this activity now. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. You may be familiar with this if you've done any type of spiritual, personal development work in your life. It's the Wheel of Life. It's pretty popular. It's very uncomplicated, but we're going to use it in an extremely impactful way today. So grab a notebook and draw out this wheel. You can use the 6 categories that I have outlined here, or you can swap in a few of your own. I use this in consultation calls with my clients, and I actually use what I call the business wheel of life. So I would swap out health, relationships, hobbies to messaging, marketing, selling. So you can use this wheel exactly as you want to for your own life. Feel free to pause this video as needed. And when you have completed that step, we're going to move on to the question sequence, which is where the work actually is. The purpose of this activity is to really define what a truly prosperous life looks and feels like for you. And the reason we need to get clear on this is so that we can go out and create it. Everything that we create in our life starts in our mind. It's really our soul guiding us. And then we have thoughts and desires, and we create a vision in our mind that we then go out and create in the world. Essentially, that is the process of manifestation in the most simple way to speak about it possible. Once you have your wheel drawn out, we're going to move on to the question sequence, which is where the power really is. And I encourage you to spend some time on this, at least 5 minutes per category if you can. The first step is to rate the area of life from 1 to 10, with 1 being completely dissatisfied and 10 being completely satisfied. Once you have that rated, don't move on to the next category until you've completed all of the questions below. So the first question is, what went well in this area of life this year? We really want to train our minds to be grateful and to look at what is working before we go into what's challenging and what we need to change. So no matter how low you may have rated an area of life, look for the silver lining and write down at least 1 sentence of what went well. Once you have that, move on to what didn't go well. What didn't go as planned? What obstacles did you face? What felt challenging? What was disappointing or frustrating? And then once you have that completed, you'll answer the third question: what would you like to create in this area of life in 2026? So this is where you get to start dreaming again, creating your vision, deciding deliberately, consciously, what do you want to create in this area of life in 2026? Take some time, close your eyes, journal on it, breathe, be completely honest with yourself, and don't hold back. Don't write down what's practical. Write down your true desire. Because when we try and be practical, we end up living a mediocre life, a life that doesn't fully light us up. It doesn't feel aligned. And at the end of the day, we know we're not being completely true to ourselves. So step into the version of yourself that feels confident that you can create what you want to create and that anything is possible if you put your full heart, mind, and soul into it. And once you have that, you'll move on to the final question: what do you need to let go of to make this possible? I mentioned that 2026 is a 1 year in numerology. 2025 is a 9-year. It's a year of completing a 9-year cycle and leaving things that are no longer serving you in the past. And that's why I'm asking you, what do you need to let go of? A trick here is that it's usually identity related, whatever you have to let go of. It's something that you've been telling yourself about yourself, like a belief that you have that is keeping you where you are. It's something that one day you started thinking, and you started thinking it so much that it became a belief. And now you just believe it to be true, like a total fact for you. If you want help identifying this, I'm going to leave a link to book a free consultation with me below this video and also in the email. It's really simple. You show up on Zoom, we sit down, we go over this wheel of life together, and I help you see what's getting in the way so that you can actually move forward in 2026. So if that's of interest, you can book your call using the link either below the video or in this email. So once you have that all complete, you can move on to the next category. But I want to walk you through a really straightforward example. And I chose health because most people have heard this kind of analogy before, and it's really easy to understand. So an example of health, this person may rate themselves 6 out of 10. What went well this year? Well, this person started eating healthier and they removed refined sugar from their diet. What didn't go well? Well, they planned to work out 3 times per week, but they usually only ended up working out once. So they were not meeting the goal that they set for themselves. What would they like to create in 2026? They would like to work out consistently 3 times per week and actually enjoy it. They want to enjoy their exercise. So that's a really key hint here for them. And then finally, what do I need to let go of to make this possible? Well, this person, a very conscious and aware individual, came up with the idea that I don't like working out. And I want to, again, bring up the identity level. This person identifies as somebody who doesn't like working out. And so if you have the identity of I don't like working out, or I'm not somebody who works out, or I'm not fit, then it's very unlikely you're going to show up 3 times a week and work out consistently and actually enjoy it. And they've also recognized that they have a thought that they're calling themselves lazy. So every time the workout is on their schedule and they decide to bail on it, they say, well, I'm a lazy person. And so they believe that they're a lazy person who doesn't like working out and that they're not fit. That is very unmotivating when it comes to creating the result that they want to create. So if you wanted to go further with this, you would move on to answering the question, what identity do I need to step into in 2026 to create my result? There's a man named Jim Fortin, and he talks a lot about the subconscious mind. I learned this concept from him. It's called be, do, have. If you want to have something in your life, a specific result, you are going to have to do things in order to create that result. And most humans operate, when they want to make a change, from the level of doing. They think, I want to become fit, and so I need to work out 3 times per week. The problem with this is the identity has not caught up to this goal. So if you're believing I'm not fit and I'm lazy and I don't like working out, that's your identity, you're not going to get those 3 workouts done in a week. Being comes before doing. So we have to start shifting at the level of being. So if you have written down some specific thoughts or feelings that you have about yourself, you begin to shift those at the identity level. So the example here would be, rather than saying I'm a lazy person who doesn't like working out, I'm a healthy person and there is a workout out there that I will enjoy. Your brain is very intelligent. So if you try and feed it a false affirmation, such as I'm healthy, fit, and strong, and I love working out, that is too much of a discrepancy between the previous identity and the desired identity. You need to find a stepping stone that your brain doesn't immediately reject. And so this person has already cut out refined sugar and improved their diet in 2025. So there's truth in I'm a healthy person. And there is a workout out there that I can enjoy. It's very open. Of course, there's a workout out there that any person can enjoy. It's just a matter of finding out what that is for you. And so you start there, and it's baby steps to work toward the identity that you want to create. I hope all of this is making sense. Feel free to leave a comment below or reply to me by email. I wish you the best of luck with this activity, and I hope that this 1 year brings you everything that you desire. It might not all show up at once, but I hope that the seeds begin to take root, the roots begin to grow, and you can start to see those little sprouts coming up from the soil, that your life is heading in the direction that your soul desires. Again, if you are looking for personalized guidance, accountability, and someone who's going to help you identify your blocks and what's been stopping you, slowing you down, or getting in the way of creating what you want, you can book a complimentary consultation with me using the link below the video or in the email that you received with this video. And I will see you really soon. Good luck with this activity, and I hope you have an amazing 2026.